Right now, because of lack of any other better methods, the public is constrained in how much liquid they can take on board an airplane. One of the challenges for the screening of liquids in an airport is that the traditional methods that people have used for years to secure airports, X-ray, are not particularly well suited for liquids. A technique like magnetic resonance is very well suited for looking at liquids and gels. It's the premier method, for example, for looking at soft tissue in a hospital or medical imaging setting.
Just using the NMR signature, we can tell quite a few threats as distinct from our family of benigns. But there's a certain set of liquids, homemade explosives, complex mixes, where the NMR signature is not quite enough to tell us with high confidence that this material is a threat or benign.
With the support of DHS, we began to investigate bringing this magnetic resonance technology, which is incredibly powerful, together with X-ray. And we found that the sum of magnetic resonance and X-ray turned out to be greater than just the constituent parts put together, because new information is unlocked that's not available either to the X-ray or MR alone.
We are looking for where does that liquid lie in this sort of three-dimensional space of NMR proton content, sort of the NMR relaxation, which is something of a measure of how sludgy a liquid is, and then the X-ray density. When we measure those three parameters, we find that benign liquids and threat liquids separate real nicely in this space, and we can detect them.
Normally, an experimental system takes a lot of work. A lot of things don't work right to eventually get it working. This was very smooth, worked very well. Just the ease with which we got it working was remarkable.
I am amazed at how good it works, personally. We've been able to look at a really broad class of explosives. We've been able to look through all kinds of packaging. We've unlocked this new parameter that is based not just on the volume or the density or even the MR properties alone, but this kind of multi-dimensional space that includes this phenomena of actual proton content.
Our objective was to come up with a system where, without any intervention by the operator, we could make the decision, say this is a threat liquid or this is a liquid that you can let pass. So for an end user, what we really want to have is something not much more than red light, green light. Either this is bad or you can let this go.
I think the technology has, at least in our minds, in this proof of concept demonstration, really proven how strong it can be. And so the hope is that we'll be able to more seamlessly integrate the X-ray detector and X-ray source, which can be quite small, into the existing footprint of the bottle screener and keep the device small and inexpensive.
You can buy a smaller X-ray system off the shelf. It's a lot cheaper. There's not really any question there. But this sort of gives you a feel for, they really don't have to be all that big.
Put that inside the box, put the X-ray detector inside the box, and that's really not much more that needs to be done than that to have a scanner that could provide this combined X-ray NMR scanning in an airport.